Before I get into this video, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the kind comments in my last video. I really appreciate it. It's been a rough year for all of us, so just know I am here for you if you are also having a hard time. It's hard. There's been a lot going on, but thank you, thank you. Thank you. I did take a little social media break over the past week and a half, so thank you for being patient with me. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. If you've been on Pinterest before, you've probably seen a very aesthetic version of zero waste online, and I'm gonna be very realistic. It's not about just glass jars with bulk items, especially if you don't have access to bulk stores. So here are the 7 things that I still buy in plastic as a zero waster. Number 1 is food packaging. I still buy things in plastic in terms of my grocery shopping, and that's okay. Especially during this pandemic, I've been getting pretty much all of my groceries delivered still, and a lot of those things come in plastic. I also need microwavable and frozen things for me, or I just won't eat, and that's not healthy. So I have some microwavable meals in the freezer. Sometimes I buy cartons of oat milk because they just taste better. And some things like for baking, I can make my own oat milk and it's fine. But if I'm having a chai latte, it just tastes a lot better buying it in a carton. And that's okay. It also has some extra vitamins that you wouldn't get in just making your own oat milk. So I think that's important, and it's so good to just have empathy when we're talking about the zero waste movement and sustainability. Some people aren't able to cut up their own veggies and they need pre-cut veggies or pre-cut fruit or whatever it is. And it's just important to recognize that it's not going to look one way for everyone. And for me and my mental health, sometimes I need to have microwavable food. I need to have granola bars in the cupboard at all times, just for a little snack. Just do what works for you. There is not prerequisites that you need to meet in order to call yourself sustainable or zero waste. So keep that in mind. Number 2 is my hairstyling products. I currently use the I Create Lift Volumizing Foam, and I use the Quiet Calm Curl Control Cream, and both of these are from InnerSense. They're a great company. They're 1% for the Planet members. They are a certified B Corporation. Overall, they're a really cool brand. I do need to try more zero waste hair care products. I love trying them, but with styling products, I don't know if it's just me, but I have a hard time switching and trying other products because it takes so long to find products that actually work for your hair. And I love these. They come in plastic. I'm trying to find a better solution, but it's so hard to say goodbye to these because they work so well. Number 3 is my candle making supplies. I have a huge bag of soy wax. I have some fragrance oils that come in plastic bottles. Candle making during this pandemic has genuinely brought me so much joy. And it's kind of like a therapeutic activity for me, to be quite honest. And I love it. I love trying out new fragrance oils. You have to try different wicks to see which size wick works in which container you're using. And it's been a lot of fun for me. So I've been buying a lot of things in plastic for candle making. Now that I've kind of found the fragrance oils that I like, the wicks that I like, and the soy wax that I like, now I can buy it in bigger quantities so I don't have to keep purchasing smaller sizes, which would create more plastic waste. Try to be as sustainable as you can with things, but sometimes things just come in plastic and there's no way to avoid that. So moving on to number 4. Number 4 is takeout orders. I still haven't sat down at a restaurant to indulge. I just don't feel comfortable doing that yet, especially because I am not fully vaccinated yet. I still need the 2nd shot. So like yesterday, I got some takeout. I got some yellow curry, I have some rice here, and this comes in plastic. I have a plastic lid here. It happens, it's okay. I'm still trying to support small restaurants when I do get takeout instead of the big chains. With these plastic containers, I do try to reuse them as much as possible, and I do use them as Tupperware all the time. I try to like refill them. I try to use them as like organization, little cubbies in certain areas of my place. I still enjoy a good takeout meal. Number 5 is eco-friendly and sustainable products. Some of them come in plastic. Like I have a final straw, which is great because it's reusable. It has a silicone center and the outside is metal, but the carrying case is made of plastic. And I have Blue Land spray bottles, cleaning bottles, and those bottles are made of acrylic, which is a plastic. So those are reusable and I can refill them with their cleaning products, but ultimately they are plastic. So don't deem plastic as this super evil, awful thing. Of course, there's been a lot of awful things that have happened because of plastic, like plastic pollution, but some things that are reusable are made of plastic, and if you keep reusing them, that's good. I think I heard Shell Bizzle say this in one of her previous videos. She said, if you can reuse it, it's not waste, and that's so true. If you have a piece of plastic, but it's not going to the landfill, you're not recycling it, but you keep reusing it, it's not waste. If it's usable and you're constantly using it, that's a good thing. So just because something is plastic, that doesn't mean it's like the worst thing ever. Of course, we're trying to reduce our single-use plastic, but if it's like a carrying case for a straw that's plastic, not the worst thing if we're reusing it. Clothing. So I do buy a lot of my clothing secondhand. I thrift a lot of my clothing just because sustainable brands are very expensive and I cannot afford to only shop from sustainable brands. And if you don't know, secondhand is the best and most sustainable way to go. Also, it's the most affordable way to go, but it's always better to use something that's already been made and is already in the world than to buy something new. And a lot of those items are made of plastic and have plastic fibers in them. I also buy like Girlfriend Collective leggings, and those are made from recycled plastic. So those are not plastic-free items, and that's okay. I think it's good to buy recycled plastic items. I think it's good to already buy clothing that has plastic in them. I know some people feel differently, but if it's already here on this planet, I think it's totally fine to buy those items and use them. It is important to recognize that when you do wash them, they do shed microfibers. So it is a great idea to have a microfiber filter. I have the Coraball and the Guppy Friend bag, and both of those do a great job. If I ever buy my own place, I would like to have one of those ones that you like connect to the washing machine, because they typically collect a lot more microfibers than just the kind of portable ones that you throw into your washing machine. But it's important to know that those plastic fibers, the microfibers, will get into our waterways, and it is a source of pollution. All those little plastic fibers are eaten by fish and aquatic life, and we don't want that, obviously. So it is very important to remember that plastic clothing does shed when you wash it, but overall, if it's already on this earth, if it's already on this planet, I am a-okay using plastic items. I think that's fine. I'm back in my bathroom because number 7 is a toilet bowl cleaner that comes in plastic. Now, this is a product I had to compromise on. If you live with people, you're gonna learn that you have to compromise unless they live the exact same lifestyle as you. There are just some things that people do not want to swap out, and that's okay. I am not gonna make a fight over a toilet bowl cleaner. It's not a big deal, but it is a product that I had to compromise on. So if you do live with people, know that it's okay to not have a full house full of zero waste products if you are trying to do that. Like, sometimes it's just not gonna work. Let me know which products you are still buying in plastic in the comments. I really, really want you to know that I appreciate you so much, and thank you so much for all of the wonderful comments I got on my last video. I really, 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 really appreciate you. Just remember, you do not have to be perfect to live sustainably, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!